Hello, my name is Zayed and I'm going to present a work called a multi-level system for detection and elimination of multiple targets. This work was done by multi-level system group at the Faculty of Electrical Engineering at Czech Technical University in Prague. The main motivation for this work is the competition called Mohamed bin Zayed International Robotics Competition 2020, which tasks were highly motivated by the recent drone intruder attacks by defending that were attacking some infrastructures, some crucial infrastructure points, and there is a big need in defending from those attacks from small drones, a team of small UAVs that can intrude into a zone like airfield or some plant or like some electrical generation plant or whatever. And this work mainly focuses on multiple drone attack scenario, which is actually in simplified way. So the simplified way is going as follows. The Mohamed bin Zayed International Robotics Competition took as a goal to simulate an intruder attack in two ways. The first way, there is a moving target that has a ball connected to it, and the UAV should capture this ball. The second task, which actually this work is about dealing with multiple intruders and scheduling and making a strategy approach how to deal with multiple intruder attacks. So by this, the targets, the balloons which you see in the picture, are simulating these drone attacks. To simplify the detection issue, actually focused more researchers and teams to find a way how to distribute the work among the team of UAVs efficiently and in the fastest way, simplifying the vision problem. In our case, we have used our own built software, the FEE-CTU UAV control platform, which embeds and has this modularity, which allows us to make this complex mission and navigation pipeline. Basically, the mission navigation pipeline consists of 4 modules, which is just a state machine, a target detection algorithm, a color picker, which is a calibration, computer vision calibration method, and a Kalman filter, which stabilizes the references that are found with the target detector. These modules are well incorporated into MBZIRC UAV system, and then the state machine just outputs a reference, a directory for the drone, and this MBZIRC UAV system, control system, reshapes it and flies the drone for the desired reference. During the designing the algorithm and the approach how to solve all these tasks at the same time related to the challenge, we have decided that we will use only one UAV to catch the moving target and 2 UAVs for cooperative multiple target detection and elimination. For this, we have developed a multi-robot splitting scenario, which actually allows us to run each UAV independently and distributedly. So in the case of arena, we can split the area in 4, 6, as many areas you want. It depends on how many UAVs or robots you have, and describe them by the priority. So the priority means that once a target, colleague UAV, which is a neighbor of this UAV that crashed, has landed, crashed, some abort triggers, because the system checks for those, if the camera is not working, or there is a control pipe emergency, or it crashed. The priority stack is maintained among all the drones, and they share it during for in the communication, which is 1 hertz. And once system, like at each drone detects that one drone is down, the priority stack is changed and the areas are split again, as you can see on the pictures. This allows us to distributedly split the work among drones and give them as much time as most efficiently to cover the areas. The multi-robust scenario is also embedded into the state machine. The state machine also takes care of finding targets, maintaining them, checking if it is not a false positive. After confirmation of the target, approach to the target, elimination of the target, and then it is repeated all again. Our main constraint for the state machine to be as fast as possible, and obviously also to be as safe as possible, because the first goal is to save the drone for getting out of the arena, which is covered in a net, or not going into like target which is actually false positive, because it's a waste of time. And the main idea is to make it as fast as possible and incorporate the multi-robust scenario, so is also incorporated into the state machine. Although the task is simplified and we only need to detect a colorful balloon which is with a known shape, with a known size, and probably known color, like known shade. The problem is that like with every change of light, we don't know actually what's the shape of the color. It changes with the light, and the conditions on the competition and in different areas that we are testing were different, and you cannot get the same balloon as you can get the guys you can get. So the solution was to it. We were using some very simple algorithm for detecting that's basically colorful thresholding, color split thresholding, and building like 3D RGB heat map, and then using it to detect the balloons, and then calculating the distance, knowing their real size. But also we have developed a semi-automatic tool which allowed us to calibrate for almost any color except black and white, to be able to detect them and change the algorithm to detect like green, red, blue, almost any color. And this was crucial for us because the competitions rules were changed. Like it was like first it was if I remember correctly, it was red, then it was green. So we need to be flexible, and this is actually ensured that our algorithm is flexible and the approach is as fast as possible. The second part of the state machine and the module is the scan. Actually, how to find the target, how to efficiently cover the arena. The arena itself is like 100 meters per 60 meters, and our drones are flying with cameras that have up to 95 degrees FOV, and the simplest approach actually works almost the best. We simply fly the trajectory that's just basically going zigzagging on the whole arena, so going forward, then turning right. During that we change the constraints for the control algorithm, so it will reshape the trajectory, so it will turn faster, so the drone will as much as possible it will look inside of the arena, because there is like high possibility that the targets are inside. And in the second picture you can see the coverage of the proposed approach, and the third picture shows the plot, how it was actually performed by the drone and the arena shape and size. The third part is one of the crucial parts, is about target approach and elimination. In this case, this is a tricky part, since we need to make sure that the drone will be safe and we will not crash into a pole or be entangled. The parts of the balloon will be entangled into the rotors of the UAV. This was made sure firstly by delaying the descent to the target, since each pole is still standing after the target is eliminated. We needed to descend once we are very 10, 11 meters to the target, or even 5 meters to the target, we start the descent, and then once we confirm the hypothesis that this is actually a real task, we have a number of confirmations. We have a stable, filtered position of the target. We initiate the elimination trajectory, which is actually aimed, so the drone, the UAV, will be pointing to the center of the target, or top part of the target, with the needles, but not with the props. Props will be higher than the target, so you lower the chances of the UAV hitting the balloon with the props. On the plots you can see how the approach that we designed for a target approach and elimination is actually performed. The idea is that these two sets of plots, on the left is a simulation, on the right is a real one, look very similar to the approach that we designed. So firstly, we descend after we are close to the target, then we stop at it, we look at it, we confirm the hypothesis, and then fly over it. So we will not touch with the props the balloon, because this is very risky. We touch it only with the needles. So make sure, change the constraints such it will be aggressive, so the drone will tilt faster, and we will be in safe position and ascend to a searching position and continue for searching for the targets. The only way you can make sure that the system performs well and the ideas that you designed actually are working with different scenarios is only by making sure that you can test it in different environments. So we tested in Czech Republic, in fields, and with different weather conditions. We also went to Emirates. We went over flying in deserts with different wind, with different sun, different targets. And then we went to the competition, which actually itself was very tough because of the competitors and of the sun and wind. So this made sure that our testing before the competition made sure that we were able to perform as the same as we were performing in different environments, because we generalized the system as such that it doesn't care where it is deployed. It's deployed in the environment, so it does what it is supposed to do, what it's designed to do. And this is why we think and we suggest that this is like one of the best approaches how to perform this task. By this, I want you to thank you for your time, for looking at it, and I'm open for questions by email or at the conference. Thank you for your time.